This is Colin Dixon with End Screen Media, and today is January the 3rd, 2019, and I'm speaking with Wurl CEO Sean Doherty. Now, Sean, you have a very interesting start to the way your company came about. Could you tell us, how did that happen? How did Wurl start? What were they trying to do when they first started, and where did it lead you?
Yeah, we've been around for a few years, and I think the original idea for the company, when I and my co-founders put it together, was we wanted to create kind of an internet of video, a network that would link a lot of video producers and video services to facilitate the movement of all this video around the planet. We got, to refine that idea, a customer is always helpful, and our first customer was this company, Dixon Media, from LA. It's a super successful social media company, really, very short videos, and they have a few brands of content that they distribute. We didn't know this, but this is the summer of 2017. They had done a deal with Twitch to create a linear TV channel that Dixon would provide the content for and schedule and insert ads in, and Twitch would broadcast on a service that they were launching called Always On. And we were kind of active in the market, and Dixon found out about us and approached us about using our platform to create this linear channel, to manage it, and to deliver it to Twitch. So over the next 2 or 3 months, we ended up doing that. It was a very interactive process, as these early customer situations always are with startups. And once we got the channel launched, it was October 11th of 2017, we launched this channel. I think it was probably one of the first globally broadcast TV channels, quote unquote, that had ever existed. Twitch has like 130 million global monthly active users. We're running this channel 24/7, just like TV. And Twitch saw how effective we were at helping Dixon, and they asked us to help other video producers that they were making commercial arrangements with to launch other channels on the Twitch Always On platform. So we ended up, Twitch sending us referral after referral for a growing number of digital-first companies like Machinima and IGN and Stadium and Cheddar and others who were launching channels on Twitch. And then it grew to also include some Hollywood studios and broadcasting cable networks. And then, as happens with these two-sided networks, two-sided markets, once we added, this Dixon to Twitch connection, Dixon then also wanted to deliver their channel to other video services like Roku and Samsung TV Plus. And we formed relationships with those companies also that led us to other video producers. And so this thing built, this network now has grown to hundreds of these connections, like that first little Adam and Eve connection between Dixon and Twitch, that it's now, this very large network. You said to me once before, like a network fabric. It's sort of this grid that interconnects, in our original idea for this business, hundreds of different video producers and video services. And we've become the go-to company, really, for these, when companies create these commercial agreements for the delivery of live, linear, and VOD programming, these perpetual channels and persistent relationships, we end up being the kind of de facto video service to help them deliver.
It seems like that's a critical function. Distribution is obviously key, now more so than ever. And it is tremendously complicated to connect with all of the different outlets for your services. Just thinking about one group, which is the smart TV platforms. There's a bunch of them out there, and they all have different protocols and different ways to interface with. So you're providing the glue that helps get them on there. So tell me, you're producing linear channels, right? Programmed linear channels from this content and delivering them on there. Just talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so the digital first companies that were first our clients, most of the distribution that they do is VOD, so think YouTube, swim lanes of thumbnail images with video after video, or Roku direct publisher apps, or that kind of thing. And sometime in 2017, this idea of creating a playlist, a linear channel, a kind of a programming experience that was going to run constantly and be able to be joined in progress like TV, it became like a popular concept for a lot of companies like Jukin and Twitch and others that saw very high session time from those experiences that they could, especially delivered to televisions, a living room consumption experience. And so we became kind of the poster child for digital first companies that wanted to enter this market to be kind of like a cable network almost and have their own linear channel. And then as we moved up market during 2018, we ended up interfacing with a lot of companies, cable and broadcast networks that already had linear channels but wanted
to extend,
Yeah, and the channel needed to be different though in some very technical ways, the encoding method, the ad markers, or the closed captioning, and so we became the kind of go-to company for them to real-time transcode and repackage these streams into formats that were suitable for Twitch or Roku or Samsung or TV Player or any number.
Another really critical thing that you do is you provide sort of ad aggregation, so you don't have to have a huge audience to participate, right? You're aggregating ads across all of the properties that you're working. Talk about a little bit about that. And you have a thing called AdSense, or it's AdSense, right?
AdSpring is our product.
Yeah,
AdSpring, yeah. So the problems in this market, that have evolved over the last year or so, are related to mid-roll, the insertion of mid-roll advertising. Is a lot of video producers that delivered VOD, they would deliver it to some platform, and there would be client-side pre-roll ads inserted like they do in Facebook and other things now. But when you're delivering long-form content, you need ad markers, you need to define ad breaks in the content at the right moments, you need to have the right markers for the target video service. They're all different, like you said. They've each got their own little kind of unique method. And then that's all kind of the content prep for each of these services. And then in real time, while we're watching this content, while I'm watching Jukin on Twitch, an ad needs to, as an ad break is coming up, a whole complicated set of things have to happen to, in real time, trigger an ad request with targeting information to Jukin or Twitch's ad server, get an ad back, stitch it into the stream, and then play it out so that when you're watching, you get this very smooth TV-like experience, no progress bar, no spinner, just like instant click to the ad, and great data coming back about, did you complete watching the entire ad, where are you, what's your geo, all this stuff. And so doing all of that is hard enough, but then to do it at scale to attract advertisers to that means you have to do it in a very standard way. You have to normalize all of the targeting data and metadata related to the inventory and to the ad, because advertisers, they don't want to look at 10,000 or 20,000 units of ad inventory on a single app on an iPhone. They want to look at 1 billion units of ad inventory that are very finely, granularly tagged and identified so that they can get to millions of impressions with just the viewers that they want. Yeah. So that's this network. We didn't really understand this was going to happen when we first started out, but we discovered that an important part of what we do across this network fabric is to normalize the inventory so that advertisers can buy it and fill it and everyone is happy.
That's a critical function, and it looks like 2019 is shaping up to be a big year. I note that all the smart TV manufacturers, the major ones, are including, a lot of them are including Wurl channels, right? So when you plug your smart TV in and hook it up to your Wi-Fi, you can immediately watch linear TV. Going to be a lot more of that this year, I think.
I think you're right. I think, we're on all of the largest smart TV platforms now, so it's going to be interesting to watch the ramp during 2019.
Yeah. Big year for ad-supported content, I think. Well, I hope you'll come back and talk to us at the end of the year, maybe, Sean, and give us an update.
Love to. Thank you, Colin.
All right. Thanks very much, Sean. This has been Colin Dixon with Endscreen Media. I'll see you again next time.